All right, guys, welcome back. Today's video is going to be about satellite tracking with the 24-inch Dob. I've known about this for a while, and I had been looking at SkyTrack for some time. Once I understood that OnStep is ASCOM compatible, it works quite well, as you can see there. I do need to fine-tune some settings. The aggression rate, you can see that the scope runs to and then overshoots slightly. Like, it's a big heavy scope. It's not like a 10 kilo scope or something like that on another mount. We're talking about 80 kilos here of, and 30 kilos of it being mirror. But you can see when we ran the calibration that it ticks down through the steps, slews to the west, stops, settles, and then move axis 0 with positive rate, move axis 1 with positive rate. I think it stops and settles again, and then slews to the east, and then checks the position, update frequency. That's one thing I also did have a bit of a play with. I went from 2000 milliseconds, which is 2 seconds, then I went down to 1500, 1.5 seconds, and then 1000. I haven't got the settings to go lower than 1000. But anyway, it ran through all this, as you can see there, with flying colours and parked up and ready to go. Now, I did go through all this during the daytime. It was after a session I did last week, and then there was going to be rain, so I had to pull it up, and then there was no choice but to run it during the day. I ended up packing up the scope not long after that. Okay, so what we saw here on the screen is really, really good and really, really exciting, because I basically just ran that bare bones, just did the calibration, and a lot more stuff and fine tuning is required to run the thing properly. Now, I can do it with my big Poseidon APS-C image sensor at 1500 millimeters to start with, and just fine tune all the process. What you saw here was done without a pointing model, which is recommended. It'll be automatically generated and then fine tuned. I'll leave some of those videos in the description. There's some good tutorials on there from the author of the program, and it runs through all that stuff. So there's other stuff in the setup which I'm sure that I can adjust. Like I said, with the aggression on the slew rate and tracking, just to make sure we're not overshooting the mark. Also, I have sent out an email to the groups, the OnStep groups IO, and those guys think it's pretty much doable. And I've also sent an email to the owner of Hubble. G'day, mate. Hey, what's going on? Louie, what are you doing? Go on, get out of here. Go on, go on. Go, go, go. Ooh. I had sent an email out to the owner of Hubble Optics, and he's going to get back to me as well with some fine-tuning advice on that. But things look very, very exciting and good fun. And like I said, when we move out of this place and into our final home, the scope will be set up, the pointing models, everything will be done, and looks like we're going to be able to have a lot of fun with this. So just a bit of an update. Thanks for watching, sticking around. Leave a like, a comment, whatever you want to do. And I'll see you next time. Bye for now.